people suffer. Yeah, we voted for Trump. Daddy owns a 1,000-acre farm up here in North Dakota. Yeah, we love Trump. Yes, 80% of our workers didn't show up this week. No, I do not know how to harvest the grain. Oh yeah, Daddy said we'll go out of business if we have to pay Americans to do this work. Do I regret my vote? No, not at all. We are putting America first. Oh, it's quite possible we're going to go out of business, but we still love Trump, even if he put us out of business directly. Ugh, plus the tariffs coming in, it's going to be really rough on us. No, see, if we had let the Democrats win, then trans people would be allowed to exist, and we can't have that. Yeah, it's okay even if we go out of business, because it's important that less than 1% of the country gets bullied and doesn't feel comfortable living their lives. We will literally sacrifice our livelihood and our entire way of life just to make sure that people suffer. Yeah,
I once thought I knew what hate looked like. I could easily picture a handful of drunk bumpkins sneaking around at night with pointy hoods on their heads, maybe some uninformed teenage skinheads spray painting a poorly drawn swastika on an overpass. Nothing worse, not in America, not today. It also hadn't yet occurred to me that such silly actions were genuine threats to marginalized people, an easy path to future physical violence. I was wrong. Hate and its particular rendering of white supremacy has morphed over the past 40 years. Now they look like guys in khakis, golf shirts, carrying torches and shouting about taking America back. This book tells the story and hard realities of racial hatred and the many organizations and systems that advocate and support such thinking. We are what we pretend to be, so we must be very careful what we pretend to be. Damn, I wish I'd known that 20 years ago. Spending all that time with hate-filled men was like walking into a radioactive wasteland. You could only stay for a short time, and even then, the toxic stuff still got into your clothes and your hair, eventually under your skin. My thoughts grew violent and filled with hate, and I eventually struggled to define who I was anymore. I even started looking at my Mexican-American neighbors differently. Eventually, for too many long nights, death seemed the only option out for me. I know that revelation may sound extreme, but picture this. The FBI won't let their crew stay undercover for more than 2 years to protect their mental health. For too long, white supremacists was seen as a fringe movement going largely ignored. But the racists are out again. Confederate banners waving, rifles slung over camouflaged shoulders, emboldened to emerge from the shadows, marching in capitals across the Western world, and with the world economy and labor force recently shaken by a global pandemic, you can expect an even greater surge in the years to come. This couple says We hope to fully introduce readers to the dark and complicated world of white supremacy. The who, the what, the when, and the why. A world that, now more than ever, must be exposed. The importance of information and understanding cannot be overstated. It's everything. The rest, how to tackle the problem, becomes so much easier once you recognize the symptoms and see the issue for what it is. The evolution of racial hate remains an ever-growing threat that has brought us to the fundamental and frightening brink. Brink of what? Maybe we are close enough now for all of us to finally do something about it. This is not me talking. This is someone who obviously felt that they needed to find out more about their brethren, supposedly our brethren. But our brethren are filled with so much hate that they will kill, mock, and do whatever they need to do to keep people of my color, Mexican, Latino, Asian, and a darker shade, unless considered white by the census, and we know who make the laws, they make the rules, but we also must remember one fact. They need us to survive because of the melanin. And this is why they mutate into something that looks like a white person, but is actually pink or light brown. But nobody wants to talk about the real hatred. When people hate you like this, they really hate where they come from. They hate the root of the problem, which is themselves. I hope, especially our collaborators in our community, take a serious look at the problem. Because I don't see young boys, 18, 19 years old, jumping off tree limbs, hanging themselves. I see an old problem in a new place.